What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Hangout spot where you already know it's real talk, boxing talk, live from my man cave. It's your boy Johnny, and I'm your host for another edition of the Hangout Spot Live. This time, the Thursday night edition. And this week, we worked some overtime, bro. This is the third show of the week. You know how we do it up here, man. Sometimes we go 2, sometimes we go 3, depending on the circumstances, depending on what's going on in the weekend. And shout out to my man, the boxing maniac from Four Corners Boxing. He actually joined me on Monday. We broke down the Tank Davis, Lamont Roach fight card and the controversy that was attached to it. And then Tuesday, my man Norbs from Norbs It All Network, he joined me and we piggybacked off that because there's hella shit going on in the world of boxing this week, man. You got the Lamont Roach and Tank Davis drama with the knee. You got press conferences in Times Square to announce shit that's never been done. That's crazy. We touched on that on Tuesday. And we may touch on that a little bit today. Canelo, Scull, that fight that's going down Cinco de Mayo weekend, that was here in not here because I'm not a New Yorker anymore. I live in Florida, but I'm a native New Yorker. But that went down in New York City in Times Square today. But we got a lot of shit, like I said, crazy stuff. So if you have not seen any of the shows that I did this week, make sure you check them out at the Hangout Spot. Today, I just want to apologize. We were supposed to have WBO President Gustavo Olivetti in the building for a nice interview, but he had a conflict and he had to back out last minute. But it's okay. The show must go on because I got the great guests that I bring up in here. Tonight it's no different. I'm rocking out with Christine Lopez from In the Ring with Christine. She is going to be in the building with me. She's doing it up, man. She's doing it up. She's a current coach for Team USA. She's a cut woman. I mean, she does hand wraps. She got her own gym in Dallas. I mean, there ain't really nothing she ain't doing. She got her own podcast that's popping every week with 2 other females. She'll talk about that in a minute when I bring her in. But you know the deal. There's ground rules here at the Hangout Spot, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button as it will help get this channel out into the algorithm of other boxing fans so that they know we rock out every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and you know the deal. Sometimes the third night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the Hangout Spot. More importantly, tell a friend to tell a friend. We got to turn this train into a locomotive in 2025, and I can't do it without more subscribers. Last but not least, the chat is open. If you want to throw a brother the bone, the super chats are also open as well.
Straight cash, homie.
But without further ado, like I said, I want to bring in my sister up in here because she knows her shit. And we're going to cook today. We're going to cook on the many, many topics that I want to address. So without further ado, I want to bring in my sister, Christine, from In the Ring with Christine.
Yeah,
what's going on, sis? Welcome to the Hangout Spot.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to have you, man. Like I said, I've been watching some of the stuff that you've been doing on your channel. So shout out to you. I mean, the females are doing it up in the ring. They doing it up outside the ring in the podcasting world. So shout out to you and your sisters. And I also see you doing some work with my boy Norbs.
Yes.
On his channel.
What? Yes. Yeah, we started doing something on Mondays, 9 a.m. for me Central, 10 Eastern. It's been fire. It's been great.
Yeah, Norbs is a good dude, man.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. I actually had him on here on Tuesday, and we went over some of the news that had been rolled out until then. But from Tuesday to today, we've had a lot of other stuff that have come through the pipelines. And this is what I love about boxing, because even if there are big, big cards on the weekends, there's always something to talk about every single week, man. You got press conferences, you got rumors, you got sanctioning bodies mandating fights. Now you got the dream team or the power team here with Turki Al-Sheikh trying to team up with Dana White to form a new boxing promotion. I mean, Christine, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. Not to mention that we had this whole Lamont Roach and Tank Davis knee issue, which we're still waiting to see what's going to happen with that. I'm going to get your take on that in a little bit. But before we do that, I got my man Eddie Alvarez in the building. What's going on, champ? Thank you for rocking out and checking in. We got Garcia. What's going on, Garcia? We are here doing our thing. I'm here with Christine from In the Ring with Christine. We're going to rock out today. Wax, what's up, Wax? Wax is in the building. We got Adrian88. What's going on, my brother? What up? Thank you for rocking out with us here. We got my sister, Superwoman 607. Hey, Johnny. Thank you for rocking out. You know how we do. I love the support. My chat, Christine, my chat comes out. So
Love it. Love it. I see.
we gonna be busy, man. C Monzo is in the building. Yeah, our gal
My girl.
Christine. They showing
That's
you
my
love at the
girl.
hangout spot.
Hmm.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for rocking out, man. Thank you for rocking out. Christine knows her stuff. Gonna be another good show. Absolutely, man. You know, I only bring the best up in here, man. I only bring the best up in here because this is what we do. We like to just chop it up, talk about the sport that we love in a very, very relaxing environment. I want you to feel like you're at home here. You know
Love
what I
it.
mean? So
Perfect.
that's how we do it up here at the hangout spot. But without further ado, before we look at the chat any further, let's kind of get into what's going on. Because this week, like I said, big news. I believe it came out yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
So you got Turki Al-Sheikh, who's now announced that he's going to be teaming up with Dana White and Nick Khan, who's actually the CEO of the WWE, and they are starting a new boxing promotion. And Christine, this has the boxing world buzzing because this could potentially shake up the landscape of boxing the way we see it today.
Hmm.
And you know the deal. There's a lot of people in this world that really aren't adaptable to change, right?
Right.
They're scared of change. Like, is this a good thing? Or maybe it's not a bad thing. Personally, I want to get your thoughts on it, but before that, I just want to touch on it here, right? Because this is supposedly going to be a league, from what I'm hearing,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Supposedly, I think it's going to be called TKO League or something like
Yeah.
that.
TKO boxing. Yeah.
TKO boxing, right? So it's probably going to have the same business model of what similar to what they're doing in the MMA or UFC. I'm
Hmm.
sorry,
Hmm.
UFC, which is more than likely why the decision was made to pick Dana White to kind of be the CEO of this thing. Now, one thing that's really, really concerning to me in the beginning was if Turkey Al-Sheikh is going to do something like this, then why didn't he do it with boxing people instead of someone from the UFC, right? Because he's
Yeah.
developed relationships already. He has business working relationships with all these promoters, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, that's one thing I do like about Turkey Al-Sheikh, that he's working with all different promoters to put cards, on Riyadh season that the fans want to see. So that was one thing that was a little concerning. Then the second thing is I always said for the longest time that boxing needs some structure. We have an issue, right, as fans seeing the best fight the best. And
Hmm.
I always said, well, what if boxing had a commissioner like any other sport?
Hmm.
Would we be better off? So this is probably the closest thing that we're going to see to having a promotion company that's going to have a commissioner like the UFC that could probably mandate the best against the best. Now they did say that's what they want to do. But again, easier said than done. You're dealing with athletes that want to make a lot of money. Some of these guys are divas. You already know the deal.
Hmm.
So I guess before I go any further, let me pick your brain a little bit about this. What were your thoughts when you first heard about this, and how do you feel about it? Like your
So,
first thoughts, maybe sleeping on it. How do you feel about it?
so I have a lot of questions still. I don't know. There's some good things and some bad things, but I guess I just want to go like back a little bit from what you were saying. You were saying commission. So you mean like a governing body that dictates and looks over all of the sanctioning bodies and all of the workings of the promotional companies. I'm thinking that that's what you're saying, like somebody that just really allocates what needs to happen and doesn't need to happen in boxing.
Yes, something
Yeah.
along those lines. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I
something
mean,
along
we
those lines.
do. We definitely do. We do. Um, I have a few concerns. In I think the reason I will go back a little bit. I think the reason why he did pick Dana, he likes powerful men. And I stress powerful men because, we've seen that there aren't really any women involved in any of the plans that Uncle Turk has, like my girl Crystal says in the chat, Uncle Turk. The only female that we saw, correct me if I'm wrong, Riyadh season was Sky Nicholson. Haven't seen anything else. And as far as women, doing anything outside and helping him in the business, I haven't seen that either. But so we know he likes powerful men, men that are already established, entities that are already established. And yes, the model that Dana White has is, the top 5 men, top 5 women, they fight each other, and then they get a belt. Um, Makes me wonder what's going to happen to Riyadh season. Is it going to be the Ring Magazine belt? We know it's going to be something that Uncle Turk has to put his stamp on. So I'm curious about that. I do like the idea of a league. I think it's fun. We do want to see the best fighting the best, and he's been doing that. I think PBC has done that too, although PBC gets a lot of scrutiny. Um, and then I have another question. What's gonna happen to the other promoters? The rumor, the word on the street is that Top Rank and Golden Boy are already on board. What about the rest of the guys? And are they really on board? Does he want them really on board, or does he want some of their guys? I mean, they said that they're going to have different camps at the UFC facilities in Vegas and Mexico and Shanghai, and that they're going to be recruiting. And how are they going to recruit? Are they going to be scouting? Are they going for amateurs and pros? There's a lot of questions that I have, and I'm probably saying so much, but these are the things that like going through my mind. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it yet. What are
No,
your thoughts?
you're right, because people ask me, "Do you think this is going to work?" The answer to that question is we don't know. We
No.
just don't know because we are entering the unknown. We've never
Yeah.
seen this in
Mm-mm.
boxing, right? And I
No.
think that's what really, really scares people. Now, I'm going to
Yeah.
put something on the screen real quick that I want to read before I comment on that. And this was Dana White, right? The motto is proven to deliver the fights that the fans want to see. The best will fight the best. The fighters will move up the rankings and become world champions. Also, which I don't have on the screen, they you like you mentioned, supposedly one champion.
Mm-hmm.
Could be the Ring Magazine belt, which makes the most sense because obviously Turkey owns the Ring Magazine, or it could be a
Mm-hmm.
made up belt.
Mm-hmm. Which,
Regardless,
yeah.
I do think there's too many belts in boxing anyway, so that might not necessarily be a bad thing. But
Right.
um, to go back to what you were saying with the other promoters, that's a great question because here's where the thing with Dana White concerns me. Dana White is a UFC guy, and for years it's always been amongst hardcores that it's us against them,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Dana White has had beef with Oscar De La Hoya,
Mm-hmm.
so in order for this to work, you have to cross promote like Turkey
Yeah.
is doing. Can,
Absolutely.
can Dana White play nice in the sandbox with all these different promotion companies? Like you just said, there
Great
are a couple
question.
that might buy in, but what happens to the Golden Boy fighters?
Yeah.
Do we just alienate them? So that's the biggest fear that I have about this not working. But the one thing I will say, and I give Dana White credit for, is I'm not a UFC guy, but I mean, his business model works, man. They're successful, and I thought about this last night, man. I overanalyzed it because, like I said, well, why is he not partnering with Eddie Hearn? Why is he not partnering with Frank Warren? Like, is he ruffling their feathers? Why didn't he come to me? But then
Mm-hmm.
I said, and you brought up something that made me think. He likes powerful guys because he's a powerful guy.
Absolutely.
So, and if you also look at it, and I'll use an analogy in football. If you're looking for a new head coach, right, and you have a bunch of great defensive players, and that's the identity of your team, who are you looking to hire? You're looking to hire the best defensive coordinator out there, right, to lead them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is why the Dana White hire came, because he likes what Dana White is doing with the UFC model, and he thinks he can translate it to boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
yesterday when I was co-hosting on the Boxing Voice, a lot of people were like, "Well, that's MMA. It's different. You got a different fan base. It's a
Yeah.
totally."
It's different. Yeah.
It is different. But at the end of the day, if it's an apple and an orange, right, that are different, they're still fruit, right? It's still combat sports. And the thing about the best fighting the best is that's what we want to see anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, to go back to what I was saying, we don't know what to expect, but I will tell you, I'm willing to give it a shot and see what happens.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean, I want to see how it plays out. I see somebody in the chat, Garcia said Dana underpaid UFC fighters. You know, we hear that a lot about the UFC. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, UFC is the best way to go," and then we hear UFC fighters saying that they don't really get paid as much. But there's, I think the answer to that problem is Uncle Turkey, Uncle Turk. He's going to
right,
pay. You know,
he's
he's
cutting the
dishing
check,
out the money.
right?
And you know, he says some things if you really pay attention. And I was listening to him. He said, "We have, speaking of he and Dana, we have the same vision. I trust this league in a short time will smash everything." So smash everything. Let's think about that. So are we talking about the other promoters, number one? And then what's going to happen with the Ali Act? Because this goes against that. Are we going to ignore that? Are we going to disregard it? What's going to happen? Is it going to dissolve?
Again, another question that we just can't answer now. I mean,
Mhm.
it's good to have these conversations because this is shock for us, right?
Oh
This
yeah.
got thrown on us by surprise, and now
Yeah.
we're like, what is going on? But at the end of the day, the smartest move here is to let it play out.
Yes.
I think most boxing fans will agree, not all, because trust me when I tell you, I do have people, viewers, that tell me that they don't like Turkey Al Sheikh. They don't think he's good for boxing.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
for the most part, correct me if I'm wrong, most people do think he's good for it because he's providing entertainment value, right? Great fights.
Yeah, yeah, he is. I mean, he has the best fighting the best, and he's paying boxers what they. I mean, let's face it, they're risking their lives, you know, for our entertainment. So yeah, he's paying them at the very highest level. I think the thing that's concerning to me personally is that what happens when he picks up his ball and doesn't want to play anymore. Maybe he's bored and he wants to go to another sport. What's going to happen to boxing? Because there's not going to be anyone else that I can foresee that's going to be able to dish out the kind of money that he's been dishing out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree, man. I totally agree. What
Yeah.
let's see what we got here. Represent the ladies, such an honor. Absolutely. You know
Yes.
the deal. This one makes perfect sense. Ain't no power if they ain't no females. Appreciate you. That's right. Like and share. Again, I'm here with Christine from In the Ring with Christine.
Yes.
Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the Hangout spot. Tell a friend, and subscribe to In the Ring with Christine as well on YouTube. We got my brother, the Boxing Maniac, is in the building. Salute to me and salute to Christine. Appreciate you, champ. Appreciate you, champ. Do you think Bivol will duck Benavidez? Garcia, let's not get ahead of ourselves, man. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
We're
That's
going to get
actually a
there.
topic. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Just hang tight, man. Hang tight. Do not leave, man. This is gonna be a banger show. Yeah, we gotta see how it plays out. My man Walk said hard to predict anything now. Absolutely.
It
But it's a
is.
good conversation to have because, like I said, it's here.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
here.
And you know, from my perspective, from a coach's perspective, and just somebody that's involved in amateurs in the pros, it's like he said they have said they want to develop new talent. So I want to know, what does that look like? Are we poaching? Are we scouting? Are we recruiting? And from where? You know, so I'm very intrigued to get more information on this. I want to know what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of it's here, we got Norbs in the building. He is here.
Norv, what's up, my guy?
That's your partner in crime, man. What's going on, Norbs?
Awesome.
Thanks for checking in, my man. Boxers checks about to be short. We spoke about that. I don't know. I don't believe that, man. Again, what's the thing that we say about Turkey? He's putting the best fights on, and people are getting paid over at Riyadh season.
Hmm.
If it's happening in the UFC, I get it, but Turkey's not cutting the checks in the UFC.
Right.
He's gonna be cutting
Right.
the checks here. So
Yes.
I don't know about the pay so much. The only thing that concerns me isn't the pay, isn't the platform. It's going to be, are you going to put the best fights together based on, again, are you going to be able to play in the sandbox because you're going to have to
Right.
work with different promotion companies. So that's the
Mhm.
only thing, that I can see that would necessarily not bring out the best in this.
And you know,
If
maybe, and
that
I'm
makes
just
sense.
totally speculating, you know, maybe Dana has to play nice for a minute. I don't know what their plans are long term. Maybe it's like play nice now while we gather up the things that we need and want to build this huge empire, this TKO boxing, and then you don't have to worry about playing nice with anybody. I don't know. I just my mind goes a lot of different ways thinking about what this is going to look like.
I'm telling you, man, the last 24 hours, and me, I'm naturally an overanalyzer by fault.
Yeah, me too. I'm a
Sometimes that's
Cancer.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Sometimes that's good, but Christine, a lot of times that's bad, man. Just let
Keeps me
shit
up at
play out.
night.
For sure, man. See, Manzo, I agree. Boxers not fixing to make the money they make today. I don't know. We got to see. We got to let that play out. Norbs, it's all about making more and paying less. Who does it better than Dana, aka the B the B,
I mean,
UFC fighter?
you got a point there, you know. But maybe when he's not spending his money, he's okay. you know.
That's true, man. It's easier to spend money when it's not your money and it's not
Yeah,
coming out of your account.
exactly.
Um, and as far as your Turkey has lost a lot of money in boxing, dude, they print money over there in Saudi, man.
Listen,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I don't know about you. You're probably right. You based on gates and pay per
hmm
view revenue or whatnot.
yeah,
Because again, 2 weeks ago, what did we see? One of the
yeah,
best cards we ever seen in our lives.
yeah,
Seven, great fights or whatnot, or it should have been seven great fights if two
yeah.
people can pull out. And he charged us $26 to
Right. They
watch
say
it.
the math ain't mathing.
Right, exactly. So I mean, yeah, if you're gonna look at that aspect of it, yeah, I'm sure he's not making the money back on that event. But dude, they print money out there, man. I wouldn't
Yeah,
even be worried
seriously.
about it. Yeah, I wouldn't even be worried about it. DW had have he own history with females. He not powerful to me. You got well. I mean, listen, in the UFC, females are popping. I mean, he's
Yeah.
putting together great fights in the in
I think
UFC
he's
with the
talking
females.
about the slap in the club. She's talking about the slap in the club.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
with the wife. Okay, I got you. All right. No, I get it. I get it. I totally respect that. I totally respect that. That was uncalled for,
Yeah.
and it kinda got swept under the rug, right?
It did. It did. And as things do.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yes, but Uncle Turkey doesn't wanna lose money. It's all about controlling his losses. I mean, nobody wants to lose money, but I don't
Right.
know, man. I think Turkey is the he's
Y-
different.
I think some people they have so much money that, and nobody likes to lose money, but I think you get to the point where power is worth more to you than money, and that
Mm.
sounds weird,
No,
but
it don't.
he's
Actually, it
got
doesn't.
so much money, and yeah, he's losing some, but he is and wants to be a powerhouse. That to me is more. It's more about the ego, if I may say, and the power that he feels that he has. I mean, I don't want to jump ahead, but we've seen some of the things that he's had people do, including the face of boxing, and I will get to that. I know, but he had him
Mm.
do today. But
Yeah, and you know what? That's a good point. I do think that's a lot more important in the grand scheme of things. He's a man of power, man, and a
hmm
lot of people call him a dictator.
hmm
And Dana White is, if you really look at it, he's the closest thing that sports has to a dictator.
oh
I
sure,
mean,
yeah,
I've seen UFC fighters after fights say, "I don't want to fight that guy," when the media questions about who he's fighting next, and then
hmm
right after that same night, Dana White comes out and says, "No, he's fighting him."
yeah, exactly. I
So
mean, who else do we know that can make somebody hold their hand? I mean, that's petty, but this guy means business. Like you're
mm,
gonna do what he says. Like, everyone around him bows at his feet. They want that big money, and they're gonna do whatever it takes. It's
mm,
kind of that's scary to me.
it's unfortunately it's the world that we live in.
Yeah,
If you
facts.
really think about it, see Manzo, Uncle Turk bring new eyes and some old ones back, same as Jake Paul. I respect that. Still question longevity. Those are
hmm
all great questions, man. My
Absolutely.
chat is rocking out. Appreciate those
hmm
questions. And those are valid questions.
Yeah.
I always say, and I'm a boxing fan first than anything else, I do respect Jake Paul putting more eyes on the sport, whether you like him or not.
Mhm.
You have to respect his business acumen, what he is doing for the sport of boxing, but more importantly, what he's doing for his own people, his fighters.
Yeah.
Amanda Serrano, which we will
Yeah,
get
women.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, which we will get to in a second. This new TKO makes Turkey a promoter. Exactly. This is more of a promotion thing, but I think he's going to allow Dana to be the promoter and
I,
put the
I
fight
know I know he
together.
gave him the title managing partner. So
Hmm.
whatever that means, it probably means whatever he wants it to mean, you
Let me
know.
let me see if I see something on that. Uh, well, on one of these posts, he says, "I am very happy today. I give the flag of boxing to the best man who can handle it, Dana White. He has a tough
Mhm.
job, but I'm sure he will get boxing great again." So again, the way I read that is, yeah, you know what? Here's the keys. Make the best fight the best happen.
Mhm.
Bring
Mhm.
eyes to this league. Bring more fighters to this league, and hence bring more, revenue. I don't know, but we got
Yeah.
to see it play out. We got to see it play out before anything else. Norb said they're getting paid because he has to, because those promotional companies pay them. Dana is like hiring a cap guy.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean,
Mhm.
rich people don't like to lose money, but that's how the rich stay rich, Norms. I
Yeah,
get that,
that's true. They spend
but
somebody else's money.
yeah, but I don't
And
think.
from what I understand, I mean, Uncle Turk is too. I mean, there's funding from the government about what is it, the athletic or the sports, whatever, and they're funneling money to him too for other sports and for boxing. Something to that effect. I need to read up on it more, but um, I think there's something behind this.
Yeah, this is the one that I wanted to pull up. That's what he had said, and that was my question mark earlier when I was asking if this is good for boxing. Before we move on to the next topic, though, do you like the idea of one belt per division if this is what they decide to do?
I mean, one belt and what they're trying to do, I mean, sure, why not? But one belt all around. I mean, we have other sanctioning bodies, we have, the other big belts. I don't know exactly what he means by that. Like I want to understand what he's trying to do.
I guess whoever fights in this league, you'll
We'll get
have
one
one
belt.
one welterweight champion that fights in that
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
I
because right
mean,
now there's just way too
there's a
many
lot
belts.
there's a lot of belts right now. Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Oh, like my boy the Maniac says, you got the Alphabet belt, you got the Captain Crunch belt.
Yeah,
I mean, you
seriously.
got they make up belts,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
do. I mean, yeah,
so
because the sanctioning fees. I mean, everybody wants to get a piece of a champ, piece of somebody.
no, absolutely, absolutely. Norb, I get what Norbs is saying, rich people, but you know what? I
Hmm.
think who said that in one? I think it was Chris Rock. Turkey ain't rich; he wealthy.
Yeah,
He wealthy, man. There's a difference
rich.
between right. I'm rich, you know. But yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. It's always about the money. Absolutely. Listen, at the end of the day, of course. But as a boxing fan, I guess I'm more focused on the sport. I just want to see the best fight the best, man. That's
Facts.
it, man. That's all I
Yeah,
scream for as a boxing fan. Man of power. I need to see some female boxing before I ever call Uncle Turk. That
yeah.
one. Yep. I'm
And
not
I don't
holding
want to have to
it.
fly to Saudi Arabia. I don't know if I'm allowed.
Make that happen. Make that happen. That's too long of a flight for me, man.
I
I ain't gonna front.
know.
But man, the chat is cooking, man. Keep them coming. I'm here with Christine from In the Ring with Christine. She does it up in the boxing world, in the podcasting world. And another female that's doing it up is Amanda Serrano. Actually, both
Yeah,
females, Katie Taylor and
yeah,
Amanda Serrano,
yeah,
provided two of the best fights that I've seen in a long time. Both fights, fight of the year candidate. The first one actually sold out the big room at the Garden. It didn't disappoint. The second one was in front of God knows how many people watching on Netflix. I mean, what, 60 million,
hmm
70 million? Who knows? But it
hmm
was astronomical. It broke records. It actually broke Netflix because
hmm
my shit froze. We were doing a live fight chat on the
Yeah, mine
boxing group
too.
and it froze.
Yeah.
It was chaotic. Again, they deliver. And now today it was announced that these two female two of the best to ever do it, are actually going to do it again for the third time. It's
Yeah.
announced by Most Valuable Promotions today that Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, the trilogy will happen July 11th again in the big room where it all started,
Hmm.
Madison Square Garden, and it's going to be live on Netflix. More than likely, they're probably going to be streaming it for free like they did the Jake Paul Mike Tyson card. Man, sis, what do you think about this fight? Because after the second one, I was kind of hesitant. I'm like, well, Katie Taylor's up 2-0. I mean, do we really
Yeah.
want to see it a third time? But I know Amanda Serrano fans want to see it a third time because they feel like she was robbed,
Yeah, they
at
want
least
that
the second
kickback.
time.
Sure. Sure.
So, what were your thoughts when you heard this
You,
this
you
fight get
know,
announced?
this is I mean, I'm probably going to get a lot of criticism about this, and that's okay. It won't be the
Nah,
first time
this is
or
how
the
we do it
last.
up. This is how we do it up.
But I mean, hats off, Amanda Serrano, seven-time, world champ. Hats off, Katie Taylor. Jake Paul, he made it possible for them to get paid a lot of money, and they said as soon as Amanda Serrano steps out on the canvas, she will be the highest, paid woman in boxing, period. Period. Um, I'm concerned about their health and their well-being, honestly. I mean, the first one was a total like bloodbath. The second one, a bloodbath. You listen to both of these women who I respect and admire tremendously for the things that they have given to us as boxing fans, and to women who want to one day grow up to be boxers, young ladies. Um, but you listen to them talk, and there's definitely some damage there. And I am very concerned because, look, this third time is going to be no different as far as the action that we are going to see. They are going to put their blood, sweat, and tears in anything that they do. Amanda had said, that she was so grateful to Jake Paul and I forget who else, because she told them that she would die for this sport. That scares me. And then we hear that she signed a lifetime contract with MVP. What does that mean, a lifetime contract? Like, this is not going to be the last fight? Like, what?
So, I don't want to cut you off because you're cooking right
You're
now, but
you're good.
we
Yeah.
actually talked about that Tuesday when I had Norbs on, and I read the email. So, they they obviously will be her promoter for the rest of her career. So, if she wants to fight, two more times, whatever, she'll
Uh-huh.
fight under the Most Valuable banner. And then after that, she's gonna have some kind of an executive position where
Great.
she's going to be looking for female talent and so forth. In fact, I had the email. Let me see if I can find that. And I did have it on a PowerPoint, but I took it off. Let me see if I can get that. But
Maybe
anyhow,
for
that's what it is. So she basically has a front office, so to speak. If you compare it to other
okay.
sports, a
That's
front
great.
office job. Yeah, yeah, a front office job with MVP, and basically all around female talent. Finding female talent, cultivating it, and
Hmm.
obviously making it, trying to make them bigger and better than what she was. So that's what that's all about, which is crazy. I mean, she
Yeah.
has financial security for the rest of her
I
life. I
I
mean,
think that that is fabulous. I do, and I
I
think
agree.
that more promoters slash managers need to take care of their fighters because these men and women put everything on the line. They literally can die in the ring. I have so much respect. So my hat is off to Jake Paul. I know Walk said he didn't think that their speech, was affected or whatever. Yeah, just take a listen. I mean, you can hear some of the interviews from before and now, and maybe it's just slight. I don't know, but I just have noticed some difference, a little bit of difference, especially in Amanda. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that the day that I heard her speaking, she was hoarse or something, but I am concerned for the well-being of these two ladies. And I do know that the Serrano fans, which I am too, I'm also a Katie Taylor fan, they want the get back because they felt like she was robbed of her win.
So why did you think that was going to ruffle feathers? Because I think that's an excellent point. Like we have to think about the health
Yeah.
and well being of the fighters, and yeah, that's the first thing. If you do notice speech change,
Mhm.
things like that. That is an indicator that there may be something wrong neurologically. I
Right.
always get that wrong. I can't say that
Right.
fast at all, and definitely I won't say it 3 times fast.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, no, that's a valid concern, Christine. That's a
It
great
is.
concern. We don't think about that as fight fans. We just think about, "Oh, shit, what we gonna
Get
see
in
the 3rd
there.
time? Look at what we saw the 1st and 2nd time." So the fact
Yeah,
that you bring that up is awesome. It doesn't surprise me that you did because you were in the ring. You train fighters, so
absolutely.
you know the deal. You know the deal, and this is why I wanted you on because I wanted to get that perspective as well. So I appreciate you providing that for my viewers. But
For
it's
sure.
here. It's here.
It's here.
So
It's here. It's happening. Yes.
what do you expect? I mean, the chat, I mean, I'm gonna put some chat stuff out, but what do you expect? Do you expect it to be bigger?
I honestly, I thought that Katie won, and I think that she will
Which
win
one? The first
again.
one?
I thought she won, but the
Or you thought
first
she
two.
won both? You
I
thought she
do
won both?
both.
Okay.
I do. I
Okay.
do. And it's like so. Um, and part of the reason is because, and a thing that worries me is Amanda has no head movement. She is right on the line going to war. She is tough. She is tougher than, I don't know, too tough for her own good. You know, I'm not criticizing her coach. I'm not criticizing her because I know sometimes when you get in there, you forget everything. You're just so in what's going on. The adrenaline is going, but there is no head movement and it worries me. All those punches. I mean, and then, she got headbutt. And so there was a cut. I know she had a concussion. It worries me. It does. But I would definitely, I only bet a crisp dollar bill when I bet, and I'll bet another crisp dollar bill for Katie.
Really? So you think she sweeps her because there's a lot of people that thought
I,
that Amanda won both of them.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, I mean, I thought I don't have no problem with Katie getting the decision in the first one. The
Hmm.
second one, I thought Amanda edged her.
Yeah.
The cut obviously played a part in it. Now Amanda is more
Facts.
of a finisher, like in the later rounds.
Hmm.
That's what that's where the more of the and that's what we remember, right? Because as fight
Yes.
fans, when we're looking at a fight, we
Absolutely.
don't remember the first half of the fight. We remember
That
the
is
tail
so
end
true.
of it. So that could,
Yes.
obviously that can sway a lot of people. But on paper, like I said, I remember after that fight, I said, well, regardless whether she feels she got robbed or not, I mean, why do a third one? Just move on. Maybe fight Alicia
Yeah.
in a Bumgarner or something like that. But now that
I would
it's
love
here,
that.
it will hype up the fan base. One thing I want to get your perspective on is so Amanda wanted 3-minute rounds, 12
Hmm.
rounds, like
Hmm.
the males in championship fights,
Right.
which doesn't happen, right? 2-minute
Right. It
rounds, 10
it's
minute, 10.
happened it's happened once. Um, was it Michaela Mayer? It was one fight. I
No, it
can't
was her.
remember.
I think it was
Michaela.
Amanda Serrano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amanda Serrano, yeah. It
I
was
was in the
Amanda Serrano.
building for
That's
that. It
right.
was it was in
Yeah.
Orlando. I was in the building
Yeah.
for that. It was the first time any female had fought 3-minute rounds, and it didn't go
Yeah.
long. But
Yes.
Katie Taylor said nah, because
Yeah.
obviously she's won both fights. She's the A side, and Amanda, she expressed disappointment. She was like, we
Mhm.
made a handshake deal. It would be 3-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds, 12 rounds, which I think is a lot for females. But this is why I
Yes.
wanted to get your perspective. How do you feel about 2-minute rounds as opposed to 3-minute rounds for females?
Generally speaking, there've been a lot of women to say that they did want that. But they also wanted the paycheck to reflect, the extra rounds and the extra minutes in the rounds, which I don't blame them, you know. But I think the only people that are in a position to ask for that right now, because of the pay does match, would be Amanda and Katie. But as far as everybody else, they haven't quite gotten there yet. They haven't gotten to where they're making much money. And so it's not warranted. But I think that if that's what they want and they're going to get the pay like the men, then I'm all for it. But if not, why be in there extra few rounds or an extra minute when you're going to get the same amount as if you were fighting 2 minutes?
Agreed. Agreed. But in this case, these females are getting paid. I mean, I think both of them made in excess of $6 million. The
Mm-hmm.
last fight, I don't know. It hasn't been announced what they're making. I would assume it has to be more. I mean, this is going to
Yeah.
happen in New York City. It's going to be absolutely crazy. That's a great take. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to ask you these questions because you
Yeah.
are a female fighter. You do train females. So I don't
Yes.
know if you would have said, no, no way. I mean, we're females. We should only do 2 rounds. Or you know what?
No,
No, we
no,
should be treated
no.
equally like the guys.
Yeah, I'm not in that. I don't think that way. I mean, but in this particular fight with Katie and Amanda, I would not. I don't want them to go 3 minutes because they have gone at it. I mean, we saw bloody wars. They received damage. Like there was days taken off their life after this fight. These fights. So, and of course, Katie is a side, and she said no, so it's no, and I'm okay with it.
All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Walk said Amanda needs to win this one. Absolutely, man. This is why it's happening. this is,
Yeah,
they're trying to get Amanda that dub. This is exactly why it's happening. And in the
yeah,
process, in the process, they're gonna get paid, So,
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
I guess unless somebody gets hurt, which we don't want to see,
No, not at
you know,
all.
they win. See, Manzo, do we think the trilogy would be as large gate and audience? Absolutely, without a
I do
doubt.
too. I do
The
too.
It's
Yeah.
in Madison Square Garden. They already sold out the big room the first time. This is
I
the
mean,
third
there's so many Puerto Ricans in New York. You know.
one. This will absolutely be bigger than the first two. I totally
Yeah.
believe that. Is this her story? First female trilogy? I think so.
You know what? I think so. I
I
think
think
it
so.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to your that's your co-host, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Crystal. Crystal Wanzer. Yeah. She's here every Wednesday with Nika and I. Yes. Women Crushing It Wednesday. Yes.
That's what I'm talking about, man. See, I gotta come up there and chop it up with y'all, man.
You got to. Yes. We know our stuff for sure.
Nah, absolutely, man. Garcia, that was a robbery. Serrano won the second fight. A lot of people feel that way. I mean,
A lot
hey,
of people
listen.
do. And I mean, there's an argument to be had because it was tight, tight, tight.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Casual Jerry's in the building. What's going on, champ? My TBV family is coming out for me. What's going on? I got my man G Vaughn, man. That holding hands is tradition, though we arrogant to the world, we ignorant to the world.
Yeah, I mean, we are. I mean, yeah,
It's
we
true.
are.
Everybody has different customs, you
Facts,
know.
and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let me hush.
Well, listen, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I don't know about all the customs, overseas or in Saudi or Riyadh. That's my man G-Von. He's from the Boxing Voice, man. Thank you for checking in, my brother. I appreciate the love and support. Toledo Treese is also from the Boxing Voice. My family is coming out. Who do y'all have winning? Natasha Jones versus
Ooh,
Lauren Price this weekend. Go ahead. I'm gonna leave that up to
I'll
you.
tell you.
Nah, you cook.
I have
Put
Lauren
the apron on.
Price. I
Put
mean,
the
I
apron
love
on.
Natasha. I love Natasha. I know them both. I've been able to see Lauren in the gym. Gone to the UK and seen her working out and sparring and met Natasha. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But I really believe that Lauren Price is gonna take it and she's gonna be the queen.
Man, my sister's cooking. Get her apron. She is apron certified. That's what I'm talking about. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know. I gotta think about. I haven't thought about that one yet. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna throw a half-ass answer out. You know me, I'm an overanalyzer. You
that's
know the
good.
deal.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's
And
a safe.
you know what's wrong? What's crazy about that? Sis, I'm an overanalyzer, and then at the end of the day, I usually get it wrong anyway.
Casual Jerry, Natasha, I love Natasha, and she said not Natasha for sure. Don't say for sure. Don't say for sure.
Let them know. Let them know. We got Pink Carl 6. Amanda needs to knock her the F out, and that's it. No more worries about her being robbed this time. You know what
That's
they say, right? If you want to beat somebody, knock them out so that
you
you don't
absolutely right.
have to worry about that. And at the end of the day, if it
Facts.
presents itself, do it because in boxing, you don't get paid for overtime. So
No,
do you think? So I'm gonna ask you a question now that Pink Car '06 brought that up. Do you think that if that last fight was 3-minute rounds, do you think that Amanda wins that fight and possibly stops her because she had her hurt in the first round?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's possible. I mean, I do. It seems like whenever Amanda sees blood, smells blood, something inside of her clicks. And she really digs in there. So I think that it's possible. The only thing that I see though is just the reason why she got the cut. I mean, she was cut the first time too, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure.
Um,
I'm pretty sure
might
she
have.
was.
Yeah, 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 might
Because
have.
she doesn't move her head, and that really bothers me. It really bothers me. I like cringe. I'm like, oh my gosh, move your head, please, for the love of God. I don't want to see her, take so much damage. But it's quite possible. I mean, she was picking it up at the end. She was.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. Walk says Katie doesn't want 12 3-minute rounds for whatever reason. Well, I mean, listen, at the end of the
Mhm.
day, though, let's not get on Katie over that because Katie has never fought 3-minute 12 rounds
Yeah.
either,
Only
you
the
know. So
amateurs.
this is
Well, yeah,
uncharted water. I
it
mean,
is. It is. Mm-hmm.
you know, it's almost like the whole thing in the boxing voice with, and I know you don't know about that, but for my boxing voice viewers, with the whole thing with CYP and Keem, the 2-minute, 3-minute rounds. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she's never done that. And
Yeah, and
whether
she
we
doesn't
like
know
it or
how
not,
her body's going to react. I mean, she's not going to try something new with the likes of Amanda. I mean, Amanda's dangerous, and I don't
yeah.
blame her.
Listen, regardless of whether we want to see it or not, or whether we think that, Katie bullshit, whatever it is, because fans are gonna talk. Katie
Sure.
has the right to pick what she wants because she won.
Yeah, that's right.
So we got to live with that. You know what I mean? Like, I rock with some Serrano. She my girl. I
Mhm.
rock with her, but
Yeah,
at the
she's
end of the day,
amazing.
she gotta play the cards that are dealt.
Yeah.
Has she ever had grease and sweat dripped down?
Who, me or Amanda?
Manuel LG. Man, I don't know. I don't even know. I should just record scratch that. That's my brother from the boxing voice.
I love it.
Ooh, you talking about Amanda? You talking about
You
Christine, my
talking
sister
about me?
Christine?
You talking about Amanda? Who you talking
I
about?
don't know. You got to follow that up with Emmanuel. You got to follow that up, bro. But I don't know. And does it hurt? I might be talking to you.
Does it hurt?
He's got to be
No.
talking about you.
Yeah,
Does it
you
hurt
know
enough to
what?
take a
It
knee
has
in a
not
fight?
happened to me. It has not happened to me yet. It has not. But stay tuned. It may. But you know what? Let me tell you this. Whether you get grease in your eye or not, and whether it hurts or not, if anything other than the bottom of your soles touch the canvas during a boxing match, that is what? A knockdown. A knockdown. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I love it. I love it. Toledo Trees. Do you think Caroline Dubois and Alicia Baumgartner will ever fight? Sis, go ahead. Cook.
You know what? I love Carolyn. I do. But I don't know. I don't think they'll ever fight. I don't see it. I mean, what is Alicia doing right now? I mean, she blocked me on Twitter X, so I don't really know what she's doing anyway.
Mm.
But the fight that I want to see, and Caroline Dubois talked about it today, and I hate to change the subject, but is as Beatrice Ferraro. That is a firefight right there. Beatrice is from Brazil, and she is a badass. She is a gold medalist, Olympian. She is amazing. So that's the matchup I want to see. If Caroline fights Alicia, that'd be great. I'd love it. I love Caroline. So I would like to see it, but the other is a firefight for me.
Yeah, no, good call, good call. I'd like to see either one of them. If you ask me,
Yeah.
like I said, the females never disappoint. What's up? Why Alicia blocked you? I know fighters are mad. I say this all the time on the
You
channel.
know,
They sensitive, man.
yeah, this is funny. This is a funny thing. So, when people fight, you pick a corner, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I don't like you, I like you, whatever. I mean, sometimes I'm biased. I'm not gonna lie. Like Michaela
We
is
all
my
are.
girl. Like I've hung with Michaela. I've stayed at her house. I've helped her take care of her dogs. Like that's my girl, right? That's my girl. So of course I'm going to pick her. I'm going to pick her. And God rest Alicia Baumgartner's father. He would always be in my chat. He always supported. He knew that I was not being malice to his daughter. He wouldn't have been there. But I just did not pick her, and she didn't like it very much.
I always say this, man. Fighters are the most sensitive creatures in
Yeah.
professional sports. I mean, you're right, man. Listen, I get it. Like if we're content creators, we're podcasters, whatever you want to call us, right? But our job is
Yeah,
to predict, right? That's what we do. We predict, we
absolutely.
preview, we recap.
Yeah,
If you do it respectfully, right? Because there's some people out there that
absolutely.
are brutal, man. I don't rock like that, Christine. So like I don't call fighters bums.
You're right,
It's
and same.
because
I don't make fun of how they look, their spouses,
nah,
their kids, they're not. I don't do that. I don't do that. I just pick the corner. That's it.
exactly. But there's people that do that, and I get it.
Yeah.
If I'm a fighter and I got people on a podcast calling me a bum, absolutely, I'm
Yeah.
gonna cut them off or I'm gonna get offended by it
Sure.
or sensitive. But I mean, if I'm just saying, listen, I think you're a good fighter, but I'm picking this guy because I think he's better. I
And
mean,
this is why. Like
hmm
I picked Roach to win, and
hmm
I told the reasons why. That doesn't mean I don't like Tank. It just
right,
means that this is what I saw from Roach, and this is, what I thought was going to happen, and it did. But
yeah. I tell you, man, I don't know. It is what it is, man. But Norm said, Johnny, I am not. Actually, I am not. I am Puerto Rican. Or actually, I'm New Yorican because I was born in New York, but my
yeah.
parents are from Puerto Rico. So once again, my man. Nah, we ain't from Saudi, bro. We don't rock like that over here in these parts, my man. Jonas by decision. All right.
That's their tradition.
Word, man. You see, the reason why Norm said that is because he says Turkey Al Sheikh is his uncle. So maybe he rocks with that whole Saudi shit. But we don't
Okay,
hold
I
hands over
got
here
you.
in these parts, brother.
Hey, well, tell them we need some money down here.
For sure. Good thing I'm a casual. Jerry, man. You know the deal, bro. We family. We family. But that was a good question about the braids, though. Until we figured it
It
out.
was a
Until we figured out
great
who he was talking
question.
to, right? Yeah,
I
yeah. There we
loved
go.
it.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go. Tank
Loved it.
do what he do. Dang do what he do. Listen, we could talk about that for days, but at the bottom line is that should have been called a knockdown. I think nobody will disagree with that, and it
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah,
You could even make an argue for disqualification. For Calvin Ford
yeah.
coming in,
For him
wiping his
going
face,
to the corner and getting his face wiped.
right?
Like
But it
what?
wasn't.
Who
So
does
at the end of the day, what
that?
we got to do as fight fans is we got to just wait for the ruling and see what happens.
Yeah,
What else can we do? You know what I
that's
mean?
it.
Hopefully they do the right thing for my man Roach because Roach is a good dude. I met him at Pro Box because I worked the Pro Box cards in Plant City. I actually interviewed his younger brother, who's a prospect.
Yeah, Jordan. I got
Yeah,
to work with him. It was awesome in camp in Colorado, and he was on the show too. He's just there. The whole family is amazing,
dope.
amazing.
That's dope. That's dope. Make sure y'all check out my sister's podcast, man. We'll talk about that. We'll let you talk about that when we're done. But yeah, good people. But I thought that skill wise, Tank was the better fighter. Like I thought that Tank was a level above, so I picked Tank. But I
Hmm.
did tell my viewers I hope that I was wrong because I was rooting for Roach. I
Hmm.
did say that,
Hmm.
but I was picking Tank. And yeah, man, he did his thing, man. He should have won that fight. If that knockdown was scored a knockdown, I had him winning that fight.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Blocked by Alicia. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's only a matter of time. I haven't gotten blocked yet because I just probably haven't been around as long as everybody else. Remember, I've just been doing this for a year, but
You're doing
it's,
great.
it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Unfortunately, I like that Beatrice fight. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we love Michaela too. Yeah, Michaela, my girl. Yo, she's
Yes.
fighting Sandy Ryan, right? The rematch, right?
Yes. I
March
can't
29th.
wait.
Are you
Can't
you pulling
wait.
up for that?
Right now, so I have one of my fighters is a world champ, IBF champ, chicken, Sharetta Metcalf. So we're waiting on some fight news. So I'm unable to do that as much as I would love to. Because we've got to defend again here coming up. So we're
Good,
busy.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep me posted on that, man, so I can show
Facts.
some support for sure, for
I
sure. I say it
will.
every day. The ref made a business decision, absolutely, without a
Yeah.
doubt. I think Shushu on that Maya card versus Ryan as well. Not just Shushu, but my guy.
Love Shushu.
Brian Norman Jr. is on that card. He's fighting in the
Yep.
co-main event. He's my guy.
Yep.
The Normans are my peoples. I've had him here on a couple of occasions, man.
That's
And
great.
he's finally back in the ring. And I want to see him, take care of business and hopefully secure that boots fight down the
Mhm.
road. I think that's what we want to see as fight fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Boots
absolutely.
fight somebody, please.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm here with Christine from In the Ring with Christine. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, tell a friend, and subscribe to both the Hangout Spot and In the Ring with Christine, and keep
Yes.
the chat going. I want to switch gears right now. David Benavidez coming off that big win against David Morrell.
Yeah.
Dmitry Bivol coming off
Yep.
that big win, and he is now the undisputed champion at 175. Obviously, a lot of people are saying that there could be or they expect a rematch with Arthur Beterbiev because it's now 1-1. But the
Hmm.
WBC came out, and this is what I wanted to put on the screen real quick, and said that they are ordering Bivol to defend titles against David Benavidez. I put it in question as a question mark there, yay or nay, because let me tell you something. This isn't the first time that the sanctioning bodies try to act like they run shit. But then at the end of the day, the fights that they say are going to happen don't happen because this is the world of boxing. And this is the reason why, Christine, I was supposed to have WBO president Gustavo Oliveira on, and these are the questions that I wanted to ask him.
Yeah.
We're gonna reschedule. Something came up with a
That's
conflict.
good. I
Uh,
want to definitely tune in.
yeah, yeah, I'll let you know so you could plug in, get in the chat. I like to take questions
Hmm.
from the audience. One of those questions would be shit like this, right? What happens when you mandate a fight? Does it happen? What happens when the champion says, "Nah, it's mandated, but I don't want it. I'd rather just
Yeah.
get rid of the
Yeah.
strap." So I guess when we'll scream through this real quick because I also want to get your take on today's press conference. But um, do you think that would you like to see? First of all, would you like to see a trilogy between Bivol and Better Beef?
I definitely do. And I'm
Okay.
wondering. I don't know. Maybe you know this. I didn't hear, but I thought there was a rematch clause that both of them put into place. I don't know.
I would have thought there was.
I would have thought so. Um, I personally thought that Better Be have won this last fight. Um, but he didn't. He did not get his hand raised. I do want to see a trilogy. I do. I want to see a trilogy more than I want to see Benavidez and Bivol. I mean, cool. That's a cool fight, but I'm not excited about it. You
Why
know,
not? Tell me why not.
I, I think just because I want so badly for the trilogy to happen, and David, he deserves a payday. He deserves a shot. Yes, he does. Um, but it just doesn't excite me right now. Maybe it will, but right now I don't know. I think Bivol, technically he's more sound. Benavidez, I like him. He's strong. He does box more than people give him credit for. I think sometimes his feet are a little sloppy, but I don't know. I really want to see Benavidez and I mean Bivol and Beterbiev. I don't know.
Interesting take. Interesting take. Because I've asked a lot of people that question, and a lot of people will say, "Nah, you know what? I don't want to see a third one. It's going to
Hmm.
be similar to the first and second." Because there are a lot of people that thought that Bivol won that first one, even though he didn't
Oh
get the
yeah,
decision.
yeah, absolutely. There are. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then this one, like I said, I mean, he boxed well. He did a lot of good things. I did have him winning that fight the second time, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I think immediately after the fight happened and Bivol won, I think I said to myself, I'm good if I don't see this one again. Like,
You
let's
you
just leave
know
it 1-1.
you're right. 1-1. Yeah. No. No,
I
but
know, I know.
it's like I encourage people, and I need to follow my own advice sometimes. I encourage people, especially as of late. The commentating is so freaking biased. It's like turn the volume down because if you've never watched boxing before, maybe it's your first fight and you're listening to the commentators, you are thinking things that aren't even really happening. Like it's just crazy. And that fight, the commentating in that fight and in the Tank fight was horrendous. It was horrible.
Well, it's not just the commentating, it's the fans. There are
Oh,
certain fighters that
definitely.
will land a jab or will land
Oh
a
my
punch
God.
on glove and the crowd will go crazy. So I get what you're
Crazy.
saying with that. But no, Bivol did some good things in that fight. He did
He
some good things
did.
in that fight, which was crazy to me because that fight played out a lot differently than the first one because Better Beef actually started fast
Hmm.
as
Hmm.
opposed to the first one, and Bivol made some adjustments. Really, really good foot movement. I mean, I like I said, I had him winning, but again, these fights are razor thin. At the end of the day,
Razor. Too
I made
close.
a,
Yes.
so I made a video about fans because it pisses me off, Christine, when fans cry robbery for a close fight.
Right. Oh,
Close
yeah,
fight.
robbery,
It's not a
no.
robbery. If your guy didn't win, I get it. He didn't get the decision. But if you got a fight that some fans are split on, you can't consider that a robbery,
No,
you know?
no. The only
So
robbery that we've seen as of late was Roach getting robbed out of the knockdown decision.
that was
You
robbery.
know, but as
Absolutely.
far as is like that fight with Better Beef and Bivol, no, that was not a robbery. It was too close. It was too close to call.
No, absolutely. That was a robbery. But I had to explain that because a lot of people were telling me, well, how do you call that a robbery if that fight was close?
Hmm.
Because it was close.
Yeah,
It was close. But I said the difference between that fight being a robbery, the difference between that fight, which was a close fight, and me calling it a robbery is there was an obvious call that wasn't made. The dude took a knee. In
yeah,
boxing, that it counts as a knockdown. So
absolutely.
that particular knockdown, if you scored it a draw, had Roach winning if they would have counted that. So that is
Yeah,
considered a robbery.
yeah, absolutely.
You
I
know,
agree with you.
so either way, but if it does happen, let's say it does happen, right? And
Hmm.
I'm still apprehensive. I still think the trilogy happens, to be honest with you. Like I said, I think I don't the sanctioning bodies be talking a big game, man. But
They
when it comes
do.
yeah, they talk a big
Everybody
game
wants
like
to
they
be
running
boss.
shit. They don't run shit. You
Right.
know what I mean? The fighters, the
Exactly.
promoters, they call the shots. This is the Wild
Yeah,
Wild
at
West.
the
This is
end
what
of
I
the
told you, I want
day, the promoter's going to see which matchup is going to make them the most money. I mean, this is a business. You know, who's going to make me more money? If I
yeah.
fight this guy or this guy?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I got my man Two Tone, the superstar in the building.
Two tone,
Two Tone is my guy, man. Make sure y'all tap into
musty
the Hatrix, bro.
energy.
Musty. I wish I had that soundbite. You got to share that soundbite with me, champ. Two Tone got the best
This
sound bites in the
guy.
game, man. But that's my guy. Make sure y'all like and follow my man Two Tone, the superstar in the Hatrix. No one does it better than Two Tone when it comes to trolling, hating. That's my guy, though. We TBV brothers for life. But and thank you for rocking out with me, champ, and showing me some support, man. I appreciate that. But what if it? Last question before I move on. What if it does happen? Bivol and Benavidez. Who do you have?
Man, I mean, I thought Better Be have won the last fight, so I'm gonna go with him. I mean, I know he's getting older
No,
and
no.
he may not pull it through.
You mean? Oh, okay. You're talking about if they do the trilogy.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're talking about Roach?
You know what? No, I was talking about if better Bivol and Benavidez. There's too many
Oh,
B's.
Benavides.
If
You know what?
Benavidez and Bivol happens, who would you
Oh,
pick?
okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me right now, it's too early. I got so one thing that I like to do, and I'm a freaking nerd. I'm a nerd. Okay, when it comes to boxing, I like to go back and just like really look at the things that they do wrong and the things that they do right with people of close caliber to who they're going to be fighting, and that's exactly what I did with Roach and Tank. So I like doing stuff like that. I'm just weird, but so I'm not ready to call yet, and when it's officially announced, I'm gonna give you my pick.
Well, you be on here because I'm gonna bring you back on.
I would love it.
Absolutely. You're always welcome. You family. Anybody that comes to the hangout spot, they are family. But
Love it.
okay, so let's go back to your what you thought was the original question. If there's a trilogy, how does that play out?
I mean, I'm gonna go for Better Be of. I know he's getting older. Some people said he slowed down. I thought his shots were very precise. There was a lot of body shots that were not called early. But I'm gonna go with Better Bev.
Okay. I got you. I mean, listen, you can't go wrong with either one, man. It was a close fight. Both fights were very, very close. It is what it is. Bivol, Wax got Bivol by decision. I'm assuming that you mean against Benavidez. Hey, I can see that happening. I'm a
David is so
Benavidez
much
guy.
bigger though. I mean, it doesn't matter, I know, but David's tall.
Nah, and
A lot
and David,
taller.
and David has really good hand speed.
Yeah, he
You know,
does.
for a
To
guy
be a
that
big guy.
size. Yeah,
Yeah,
for a guy
and
that
one of
size.
my guys back in the day, we fought Bivol back in the day before he was a world champion, and he's strong as shit, but he's not that big. Sorry for
Yeah.
cursing.
Nah, you good, you good, you good.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Again, if it gets announced, we're gonna be all over here at the Hangout spot. You already know how we do. But Benavidez is my dude, man. You know, he's my dude. I've had his dad up in here a few times. You know, we're like you said earlier, right? We're always gonna have this little bias towards people
Of course, that we
that we
know are
rock
friends.
with.
Yeah,
It is what it is. Like I'll try. Obviously, I'm trying. I will be as objective as I possibly can. But
I
at the end of
try.
the day, you can't help who you root for.
That's true. I
You
try to be
can't
very
help.
objective.
You can't help who you root for. Garcia Benavidez, speed, pressure, and stamina destroys Bivol. I don't know about destroy, but
Yeah.
shit. I
I mean,
mean,
we saw him be elusive, with Beterbiev. Can David beat Beterbiev? I'm just saying.
no, absolutely. Casual Jerry coming from other sports. I learned to tune out commentators, but I can't watch boxing on mute. It's tough because you
It
see,
is.
I'm a weird dude like that because I like to have like the surround sound. Like when I watch
Yeah,
boxing on Saturday
like you're
night,
there.
I want to feel like I'm there. Like, and
Yeah,
I've worked fights, so that it's a different energy when you're at
it
a
is.
fight. So I want to try to get as close to that energy as I possibly can here at
Yeah,
my house. So
yeah.
I'm blowing shit. You know, I don't know. I can't watch it in mute. I
And for
cannot.
me, I mean, I'll turn it down and turn it back up because I love to hear what the coaches say in the corners. That's my thing.
Yes,
Like I want to
yes.
know what they're saying.
No, absolutely. I agree. Absolutely. But that to me is the whole experience, right? That's
Yeah,
what they say. The best seat in the house is in your house.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
because but there's nothing like watching a fight live. I never forget the first fight I
No,
went to live. I was hooked. I was
yeah,
hooked. And then when you get credentials and you can move around, I
yeah,
mean, it's even better, man. There's nothing
heck
like it.
yeah,
So I'm
it
spoiled,
is.
man. My friends tell me I'm spoiled because if I don't get credentials to a fight, I don't want to go. And they're like, man, what you doing? I'm so nah, man. I gotta get
Yeah,
creds,
I know
man.
I know that feeling. I've been like that.
For sure, for sure. Let's switch gears before we wrap this up. Today was the press conference to announce the Canelo William Skull fight, Cinco de Mayo weekend, May 3rd. It was in Radio City Music Hall, if I'm not mistaken. There were a lot of people there, as expected. You know how it is. Anytime you do
Mhm.
anything in New York City, you're gonna get a crowd. That's why I'm interested to see what the hell's gonna go down May 2nd in
Yeah,
that whole Times Square free. I mean, that's gonna be absolutely crazy. But give me your thoughts on that press conference because I watched it after the fact, and that's weird for me because usually I'm all over it when it happens.
yeah.
I'm just not. Listen, I'll get more into it as I get closer, but I mean,
Same. Yeah. I
William
did.
Skull, Canelo, it doesn't really excite me, man. They better put together a good undercard. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel bad for Skull. I mean, he's Cuban. I think I'm not sure if he speaks English very well. I'm not sure. Um, he's unknown to us, to a lot of us. But obviously this is a big opportunity for him. So good for him. When I saw the press conference after too, because I mean I pretty much live in the gym when I'm not at home. But one thing that I noticed that like really stuck out to me is that Canelo wanted to grab his belt, you know, um, and hold it on stage for the face off. And Uncle Turk was like, no, 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 no. Got these belts. No, no, no.
That's what you were gonna bring up, right?
Yeah. And Canelo was like, oh, okay. And I'm
Okay,
like,
Daddy.
whoa,
Okay, Daddy.
Canelo, come on, man.
Christine, money talks.
I know, but damn, Canelo has money too. And it's like,
Petty
really?
cash, homie.
Money
Sheesh.
talks.
I was like, whoa, okay. So, okay.
But you
Is
know
that what
what's
we're doing?
crazy? I'm gonna double down on that. This is coming from a dude that about a year ago didn't even want to work with Turkey. Remember that
I
whole shit that
know.
went down where he was like, "Nah, I don't like the way he approached me," and Turkey was like,
Yes.
"Well, we'll do business on my terms," which is why we said earlier that Turkey is more of a dictator. He didn't even want to work with Turkey, and look at him today, bro.
I know. And now he's taking orders
Nasty work.
publicly. So that's what got me. That's what got me. I was like, oh, okay, that's where we're at. Okay, the face of boxing. This is where we're at. Okay, All right.
Yes. So, there wasn't really anything in that press conference I didn't expect. The
No,
fact remains, and let's just keep it 100. We'll keep it a buck. Really, nobody other than casuals know who the hell William Scull is.
I
So
know.
it's hard for people to
A
get
hard
excited
sell.
about the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I know who he is. I
Yeah.
actually wanted him to fight Belonga. That's the fight that I wanted. I mean, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
rock with Edgar. Edgar's my guy, and I
Yeah.
thought that would be a good fight for Edgar to possibly, pick up a strap on
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
then maybe get into a bigger fight. Shout out to
Yep.
Edgar. He's actually fighting next weekend, March 15th.
Yes, he is.
So
And I like Edgar. He's such a nice guy. I like
he's my
him.
dude, man. Yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah.
my dude. His trainer Mark Ferrer is my guy. I've interviewed. I mean, they're great people.
Mhm.
I'll be in the building, and
That's great.
next week, your boy Amari Jones, Amari, right? Amari fights.
Yeah, Omari. Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, he fights next week. Pro debut, man. Shout out
Mhm.
to.
I'm excited. He's going places. That guy's talented.
Yeah, no doubt. When I meet him, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, Christine says what's up."
Coach Christine said, "What's up?"
For sure, for sure. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. So that's next week. We'll get into that next week. We'll break down that card and kind of predict that on Thursday, more than likely. I'm not sure if I'm doing 2 or 3 shows, but yeah, like I said, they'd have to put together a tremendous undercard to and I mean I say this and I'm gonna watch, of course. This is what we
Of
do,
course.
but
Yeah, I'm gonna
I just,
watch. Yeah.
I just want to get excited about it. Like I said, I just think this is more of a tune-up for Canelo, and then then we got the Bud Crawford and Canelo fight.
Okay, I will definitely be in the building. I will definitely be in Vegas for that one.
But I think that one's going to be. Isn't that going to be in Saudi?
No, it's in Vegas.
You sure?
I'm pretty
I
sure that's what I
I hope
heard.
you're right. So
I hope
check
I'm
this
right
out.
too, because last I
I hope
heard
you're right.
through the grapevine it was gonna be in Vegas. But if not, I'm gonna cry.
If they do that in Vegas, then yeah, I'm gonna try to get up in there too. Absolutely.
I- I'm I'm gonna have to
You-
text my people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, if you get the scoop, let me know.
I
Vice
will.
versa,
I will.
but this wasn't even in the agenda. But how do you see that? Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't even ask you that because I'm bringing you back on. But I'm gonna ask you anyway.
Yeah.
Because how do you see that fight playing out between Canelo and Crawford?
I'm picking my guy, Bud Crawford.
Oh,
People think Canelo is so much bigger than him. They are the same height. If Bud's not a half an inch taller or an inch taller, the body mass the same. I've been around both of them. Trust me, they're about the same. And I'm going for Bud. I'm going for Bud. And I am being a little biased. I am. I am. But I'm gonna
that's
pick.
okay. That's okay. It happens. But listen, no, I'm not even going to predict yet. But what I will say is, skill wise, Bud's right there. Maybe
Yeah.
even more skillful. The biggest thing for me is the punch resistance.
Hmm.
We're talking about a natural 168 who comes into
Oh
the
yeah.
ring on fight night at 180 and
Hmm.
change. Bud is moving up 2 weight classes. I always refer to that left hook that Canelo landed on Belonga. A
Yeah.
200-pound Belonga that just dropped him. Now Belonga got up.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
Bud take that left hook and get up? That's
I
all I
mean,
ask.
it. This is my thing. Is he going to be there to take that left
There you
hook?
go.
Because you got to think about this. He has three of the most talented coaches in boxing. Two of them very underrated. Bomac is amazing. Everybody knows that, but a lot of people
Mhm.
don't know about Saul and Coach Red. They are also equally as talented, though Bomac is in the forefront. I have been blessed enough to see these guys working together, working on strategies, doing things. You have, you know, three pair of eyes, that are watching to see what Canelo's doing, you know, um, in those coaches. So is he even going to be standing there to take that hook? Or does he have a plan to neutralize that hook? You know, that's what we're going to find out.
Game of chess. Canelo's one
Absolutely.
of the best at cutting off the ring. That's going to be interesting to see how Bud makes adjustments. Again, what's crazy? About a year and a half ago, whenever this fight rumor started circulating, I was like, nah, I don't want to see that, man. He's a small guy. There's so much smoke for him at 154. Like, don't do it, bro. Like, No
Mhm.
way. Now you fast forward, and I'm like intrigued about it. So that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good thing. That's
Yes.
a good thing. So we'll see as we get closer to that. We'll be all over it. Let's see what the chat
Yeah.
got going. Well, first, Manuel LG. So, would y'all go to the fight in Times Square? Man, I thought about it, but that's gonna be chaos, man.
It's gonna be chaos. You know what this sounds crazy. I think about how am I gonna go to the bathroom? How am I gonna get out of there? Like I don't want it's like that's what I think about. But you know
It's a
what?
valid concern.
If I just happen to be in a hotel room and they have a balcony, hell yeah.
It's a valid concern. That's what's up,
Saying.
sis. Nah, I don't know. I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Emmanuel LG. I was born and raised in New York, Brooklyn, Bushwick to be exact, and I never went to New Year's Eve in Times Square. Why? Because
Ooh,
there's like too many damn people up in there.
yeah,
So this is gonna be the same thing.
yeah,
But why would I want to do it at this age when I didn't do it at a young age? So
right.
probably not,
Who knows what's
unless
gonna break out too out there, you know?
and then it's free.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, right? You put something free in New York City and it may not be a good thing. I know Norbs was shitting on it in the Tuesday show. I was trying to be more optimistic. Manuel
Right.
LG, I don't know if me and Ness were to talk about something and we can make something happen, and maybe I'll do it for TBV and the hangout spot. But other than that, I don't know. I would probably save my trip for something else. Maybe
If y'all could be
again,
suspended over the ring, somehow.
now that would be different. Yeah, that would be different. My man Walk said Berlanga versus Scull would be nice. Absolutely, that's the fight that I wanted. When I talked to Edgar, I told him I would want that fight for him. Yes, sir. I'll be in the building too for Berlanga. That's what's up, man. You know the deal. You know how we rock out at Caribbean Royal Orlando, man. We holding it down here in Florida, man. The hangout spot is holding it down. Ethan Serrano, what's going on, champ? Appreciate you rocking out with us, man. Crawford and Canelo will be held in Raiders Stadium. Hopefully, I listen. You guys are
That's that's
probably right.
that's what I
Maybe I
heard.
heard wrong.
Yeah.
I'm all
I
for
hope
it.
you're
First,
wrong. I hope we're right.
I absolutely 1000% hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And I just heard. I don't know where I got that from. I just heard something that they were trying to stick
Maybe
that to Saudi
because
Arabia.
Turkey is the one that's pushing and promoting Bud. So but I know that Bud I know that Bud also has a lot to say. Like he's not driven by money. Yes, of course he loves money, he likes money, but I don't think he's going to be holding anybody's hand, and he's going to make requests. you know
Yeah, for
that was
sure.
probably one of his requests.
And let me tell you something, Ephraim, that's a good point. If they do that in Raider Stadium, which is Allegiant, I believe it's called Allegiant Stadium, that'd be the first boxing event ever there, man. They'll probably put like 90,000, maybe 100,000 people up in that joint. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to get up in there, man. Let's see what
Mhm.
happens. Let's see what happens. Walk said, I got Bud too. Okay, you got tuna. Listen, I haven't picked yet, so don't judge me. I haven't picked yet. King Nello by brutal stoppage. Okay, there we go. Casual Jerry. So we got 2-1.
Okay.
You, Wax, and Casual Jerry. Bud got tagged good by Majimov. Well, I mean, Majimov is he's a herky jerky. I mean, that style was pretty crazy, but we saw
Very
what happened to
awkward.
him. Very,
Yeah.
very awkward, herky jerky, in and out. Bud was
Mhm.
trying to figure him out. I do think Bud won that fight. A lot of people say Bud didn't. Bud won that
Mhm.
fight. And I
Mhm.
don't even think it was close. It just wasn't in typical Bud fashion. But Bud won
Yeah.
that fight. If you're a boxing fan, you know that. My man Ryan Frazier from Boxing Talk Up North. Appreciate you, champ. I've had Ryan on the show before. Great guy. He's from Canada. He does a great podcast as well. In fact, I think Ryan's going to be in the building tomorrow. So they got an MVP Most Valuable Prospects card tomorrow in Canada. That's where Ryan is
Okay.
from. Lucas Prince Body, undefeated lightweight who fights under the Jake Paul banner, is going to be in the main event. He is from Canada. I interviewed him a couple weeks ago. Great dude. He actually had, I don't know if it was knockout of the year, but one of the knockouts of the year against Ashton
Mhm.
H2O Sil. And I was in the building for that. It was crazy. We talked about that. So that's tomorrow, man. So yo, Ryan, enjoy yourself. Get that
Nice.
work in, my brother. This is how we
Yeah,
do it
thank
up,
you.
brother.
Yes.
Real New Yorkers never been to the New York. He ain't capping. Jerry ain't capping. Like I said, I'm a real born and raised in Brooklyn, and I never ever did New Year's in Times Square. I am good for that, man. Padrote Mexicano, what's going on, man? Easy money for Canelo May in September.
Ooh,
We'll
he
see.
said easy money.
He
said
said,
easy.
easy money.
This is nasty.
Listen, Padrote, I'll give you one, maybe May. But you know what? I can't even say that because, this is boxing, man. This is what I love about boxing. You just never know, man. But on paper, it looks like May may be easy. I don't know. I don't know if September would be easy, but we'll be all over it this summer before it happens. This was absolutely dope with my sister in the building, Christine, man. Let my viewers know where they can find you. What you got popping, man? Tell them what you got
Yes,
popping with the podcast.
please. All of my social media is In the Ring with Christine. Every Wednesday evening, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Join your favorite girls, Christine, Nika, Crystal, on Women Crushing It Wednesdays on my YouTube channel, In the Ring with Christine. We put on a great show. You can also catch it on Nika's channel too, Knockouts with Nika. We talk boxing just like this. We have our opinions. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. But we definitely we do it big for boxing because we love it.
Shout out to you again. I've seen your stuff. You do it up. Like I said earlier, once you come to the hangout spot, you are family. You are family and you are
Appreciate that.
welcome back. I want to bring you back to start breaking stuff down.
Yes,
So,
love it.
Christine will be back on the hangout spot for my viewers, man. I'm sure I'm going to get great feedback. We got Casual Jerry that got a question. Christine,
Yes.
do you have any fighters we should look out for that you
Um,
coach? Great question,
right,
Casual Jerry.
right now I have a world champion, Shredda Metcalf, aka Chicken. We're gonna be defending her title for the third time. Well, I'm sorry, second time. Coming up soon, so I will keep everybody posted. But yeah, she's my world champ right now. But there are many that I have in the gym, and I've been blessed enough to work with all the Olympians from the past 2024 Paris Olympics, and a lot of them are going pro, which is really amazing. So I've decided to dedicate my time more at my gym and building up my fighters and working, with my girl again. Because poor thing, I was gone so much when she was preparing for these fights, and but I'm home and it's good. It's good.
So
That's who you need to look at.
you
Oh
find
yes,
time.
and Norbs
So
and
you
I. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, 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 no. No, you
No,
got
I
to, we
just
got
saw
to.
Norbs. Yeah, yes, and please catch Norbs and I every morning on Monday, 9 a.m. Central, 10 Eastern. Norbs It All Network. Tune in. It's a great show.
Norbs wasn't feeling the love, so he had to
Don't
come
be
out and
hurt.
make
I'm
sure.
sorry, darling. I'm sorry.
Nah, you guys have good chemistry there. Absolutely.
Yes,
I've been checking
yes.
y'all out, man. And like I said, you're doing your thing. Garcia said, following Christine, you better.
Thank you.
You
Thank you,
better.
Garcia. Appreciate it.
She's doing
Appreciate
her
that very
thing. And
much.
look, you got El Pinchi. He said, oh man, I'm late. I love Christine. Well,
Hey, Alpiche,
hey,
thank you so much.
the good news is this won't be the last time that we have her on. We're gonna have her on a lot more often to break down fights. I had an absolute
Love
blast.
it.
Hopefully you had enough.
Me too. It was so fun. I love it. It was
Great,
great.
man. No, it was absolutely fantastic for my viewers, man. Thank you for rocking out. Next week, we going back to a normal schedule. Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, Tuesday, what we have on the docket is undefeated super welterweight prospect Justin Just in Time Figueroa. He's from Atlantic City, New Jersey. He's 11-0 with 9 knockouts. He's actually fighting March 22nd at the Tropicana Hotel, Atlantic City, New Jersey. He was on the Boxing Voice this past week. I reached out to his manager. So we're going to get him on for an interview on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, I apologize. We were supposed to have WBO President Gustavo Olivetti. Hopefully, we're going to try to reschedule for next Thursday. But he's a busy guy. He did commit that he would get on. He apologized and whatnot. So we're going to get him on, man. We're going to get him on. But at the end of the day, if we don't, we rock out. This is how we do it up. Christine banged out. Maybe her cell phone died or whatnot. But this was an absolutely phenomenal show. I just wanted to give her proper goodbyes. But it ain't goodbye. It's see you later because I'm gonna definitely have her back. I love the way she break down fights and the way and the chemistry that we have. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Norbs, we did shout you out in your Monday show. Yes, if you guys aren't watching my man Norbs It All Network, 10-8 podcast. He does it in the mornings, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken. But make sure you follow him, give him a like, subscribe, and you can definitely get up with that. Oh, I watched that Metcalf fight. Salute to you, absolutely. I won't forget about you, Papi Chulo. I won't forget about you. You my guy. And great stuff on Tuesday as well. But yeah, man, this was a phenomenal show. We broke down all the latest news, reactions with Christine from In the Ring with Christine, and next week is going to be even better. So tomorrow night, again, we got the most valuable prospects card. Make sure y'all tune in. My man Lucas Prince Body, undefeated lightweight, 18-0, 15 knockouts. He'll be in the main event in Canada. My man Ryan from Boxing Talk Up North, he's going to be actually at that fight card. Get that work in, brother. Get that work in. This is how we do it up. He's a TBV family. And for all my TBV family and all my subscribers and viewers, I appreciate y'all, man. I definitely appreciate you. I love doing this for y'all. Y'all keep me motivated. This is how we do it up in 2025. We doing big things here. We doing big things here. This is why I tell y'all, though, y'all got to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Because if we intend, right now we are trained, man. We trying to get this shit into a locomotive. In order for us to do that, we gotta get more subscribers. Because I gotta get these bigger interviews for y'all, man. I will be in the field next week. I'll be in Orlando. I'll be in the field, but I love doing these interviews for y'all, getting y'all involved in the chat, getting the questions popping. This is how we do it up, man. Every live show is a blast for me, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I do. But I'm gonna tap out. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it again. Enjoy the fights tomorrow. MVP. I forgot to mention Pro Box is this Saturday as well. I can't forget my Pro Box family, man. We got in the main event, we got Arnold K Guy, who's 23-1 against Joette Gonzalez. Y'all know Joette. He's been in the ring with some big names, man. Joette has been in the ring with some big names, including Shakur Stevenson. Luis Alberto Lopez, Isaac Dogbe, Emmanuel Navarrete. I think that main event is going to be a banging main event. Pro Box never disappoints. I work the Pro Box cards, but I'm not being biased. If I didn't work them and I was just a boxing fan that just wanted to see great 50-50 action-packed boxing fights, I would definitely tune into Pro Box. So I urge you to tune into Pro Box on Saturday. This one's out in Long Beach, so I won't be working it because I'm not flying out to Long Beach for this. I work the Florida cards. But in the future, we're gonna look to see to get out to some Pro Box cards outside of Florida. I'm looking to take the Hangout spot live out to the road. So make sure you are along for the ride, man. Casual Jerry, salute to you, man. Thank you for rocking out with me, man. Y'all my family, man. And I appreciate you, Garcia, for rocking out with me as well. I thought it was a fantastic show, but I'm biased because it's mine. But I love to hear that you guys enjoyed it as well. We're going to continue to do this. But like I said, I'm going to tap out. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the fights. Tuesday, make sure you tune in 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to do it up again. So at the end of the day, I appreciate the love and support. This is your boy Johnny signing out from the Hangout Spot Live. And I'll talk to everybody next week.